Hello and greetings. Wow, great job. I have the settings menu open immediately. Hello. This is obviously a wonderful video game that we're playing, Disco Elysium. And yeah, I played some on the channel a few weeks ago. I don't remember how long, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I really enjoyed it. And so I just want to play a little bit more. One issue that I was having though, that I'm not a huge fan of, is the fact that, okay, if you want to see in these options, right, down here, there's a cool thing called streamer mode, which replaces certain pieces of copyrighted pieces of music with alternative tracks safe for streaming. That's a really cool thing to have. A lot of games have starting to add that sort of thing in these days, because it's a very nice thing to do for streamers. Obviously, they want streamers to play their game because it gets them good advertising. So they add in this sort of stuff so that they can have the original game have copyrighted music. But if you're a streamer, you can turn this mode on instead, and they replace it with something that's not copyrighted. So maybe it matches the mood slightly less, but obviously the trade-off is that they get to stream it without fear of it being taken down. Anyway, that doesn't work. Because last stream got picked up for copyright, and I think there's like a company that is just deciding that they have the rights to it, and they're taking it down, and the developers can't do anything about it. I mean, it's not taking it down. My stream's still up and everything's fine. It just can't be monetized. But it's just frustrating because it's like there's no reason for that to happen except for one random group of people being super greedy for no bloody reason, and this streamer mode is basically useless. Like, great, thanks for putting this in the game when it's just a useless option. But the rest of the game so far is wonderful. It is really good. So I'm excited to get into this. The background music that I've got on now, this one, that was maybe a bit too loud, but that is just some copyright-free background music that I was putting on, but now I've turned it off, and I'm gonna have the music volume on 1, but in fact, I'm just gonna pump everything else up, and then I'm gonna turn down the game in the mixer, just to sort of hopefully minimize this issue. I still want to have the music on a little bit, but not much. I just want to not have to worry about it, but it's probably already too late. We're probably done for. Okay, so when I left off, I remember I was talking to the woman on the phone and stuff. Oh, I got something in my head.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your copper type.
Okay. So I'm just gonna have to make sure I'm back in the swing of this game, because so last time we called the department, we had to report our badge missing, right? We had to report, or we chose not to report our gun missing. We're just hoping that that's just gonna turn up. And we did a few more things, and I can't remember exactly what they were. Copo type. Wait, there are copo types?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
Sorry, cop? I'm sorry, I'm not sure.
Yes, sorry, cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official, then, shall we? Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here.
I'm sorry.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million.
That would be awesome.
That won't happen.
That won't happen. So, okay, interesting. So now I've got rigorous self-critique. And that will give me -1 authority? Right. But then I'll get something out of it, I guess, when I criticize myself. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's check this again. Okay, I'm just going to check it from the top. Find out who's in the union box. Gart has told you that some unruly union men gather in the mess hall. That's right. Of the whirling in rags. They're not there today, but most likely they'll eventually show up. Keep an eye out for them. Got it. Keep an eye. keeping an eye out for them. Apparently, there was a pissing match between Precinct 41 and Precinct 57, Kim's. Ask Kim about this after the initial inspection of the dead body is done. Got it. The hangover feels really bad. You have to take the edge off. Find a bottle of alcohol, put it in your hand. Yeah, I don't really want to do that. Kim can answer any lingering questions you may have about the case and the RCM. Join him on the Whirling in Rags balcony after 22 o'clock, which is 10 o'clock, when you're calling it a day. It's 10:35 right now, so it's 22:35. Like in real life, I mean. Inspect victim's body. I gotta get ammonia from the gardener of the fruit store. It'll make it easier. Got it. Pay for damages. You need to pay for the damages you cause. Ask around for money. If you're unsure how much you owe, ask Gart. I have to ask my station. Oh, I already asked my station. They said no. Hell no. Talk to Gart for Sylvie. Sylvie asked you to talk to Gart and tell him she's sorry. That's right. I forgot about that. Go to the cafeteria manager and relay the news. Maybe it'll help you somehow. It's unclear how you should go about finding a tiny piece of plastic in a world as huge as this. Maybe you'll just stumble across it down the line. Miracles happen. Ask Kuno if he knows anything about the victim's clothes in the trash. Ask Gart if he knows how the victim's clothes got in the trash. Someone reported the hanging to the RCM. Maybe if you find out who it was, it may shed light on the events. You have an idea where to start, but the caller could have been anyone. Call Sylvie to ask whether she made the call. Keep searching for the caller despite lacking any obvious leads. This might take some time. Got it. Read the watermarks. Get in front of Kinema's headlights to read the halogen. Oh, that's right. That's right. This may yield some information on who you are. And someone must know about something. Your lost firearm. Movie district, blah, 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 blah. You could ask the local pawn shop. Find any information you can on the gun. Got it. Okay. I'm kind of caught up now. Let me stand in front of the headlights.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Look at the shimmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kinema's headlights.
Where are we on this?
Let me see.
He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it.
Right here.
He says, his finger near the top of the map on a segment of coast jutting out from the Great Ocean. Seems like a shithole.
It has its problems.
Look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up the different rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border.
Oh God, count them individually.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3? That's it?
That's it.
Hey Kim, what do all these holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often
Oh no,
do.
is it bad?
Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service.
Okay.
18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Wait, 18 years I've done this?
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
Got drunk like a megastar?
Yes, that does seem quite likely. Your youth coincided with some heady days for Revachol. But let's move on, shall we? This
I feel like I
next
can be
row,
honest with
the
him.
one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished.
Oh, so we've got a
You've
lot
got, let's see.
of them?
Wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
That's good. I used to be good. That's some solace, I guess. What's the last number?
Right. Those are your confirmed kills.
Ooh.
You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
I was expecting a higher number, honestly.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather...
Okay.
tame. I mean that in a good way.
That is good.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
He gives you a meaningful look.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Anything's better than annihilating yourself with drugs and alcohol.
Oh, that was gonna be my hobby, actually.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
This game's very well written. Should I ask this? God, have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
He says, declining to elaborate.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Okay, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
He presses the remote control on the keys.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
That is awesome. Oh. This? Down here? Huh. 18 years of service, 216 cases solved, 3 people killed, 2 good cop, bad cop, 0 honor, 1 communist, 1 ultra-liberal, no fascist or moralist, 1 superstar cop, 4 sorry cop, 1 boring cop. Huh. Interesting. Well, I'm definitely trying to play like a sorry cop type dude. So that is going well, I guess. I'm still very nervous. But I think now we gotta go back to Gart and apologize for Sylvie. I hope Gart takes this well. Oh, cool. The kitchen's open. So we can go in there in a sec.
Can I help you?
I talked to Sylvie. She left because of me, not you.
Wait, what? But what about the bird?
The bird?
Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left.
She didn't... Oh, wait. I can't remember what happened. I think I probably broke it. She didn't break it. I did. I threw it against the wall.
You broke the skewer!
His face flushed with emotions. A rash covers his neck.
I assure you it was him.
It's as if he can't decide whether to be angry or relieved that it was you. Again.
Why on earth did you have to break the skewer?
It's a mystery.
I can't believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie. Even worse, I thought she was trying to send me a message. Symbol of hope and all.
A tender type of hope.
Okay.
Something stirs in you. Perhaps this is why you broke it.
All right. Did she say anything else? About me, you know? Did she say anything about me?
She didn't say this middle thing, right? That's kind of... oh, that's sad. She said she was flattered. It was just bad timing.
Really? I should give her a call then.
The man doesn't know what to say. He wipes his brow and stares at the counter.
Thanks, I guess.
He gives you a short
Is
nod.
there anything else you wanted, or...?
Or can you give him a moment? Somehow you realize this is not going to net you any professional discounts. Already he's reverting back to defensive.
Interesting. I like that they put that in there. Here's your trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Could someone on your staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Who else has the keys to the trash container? I know it's the trash people, that's
The
it.
trash collection service?
Yeah.
CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
Thanks, let's talk about something
Yes.
else. Nah, I'm gonna leave. I don't... I will leave him alone for a bit. We're gonna go into the kitchen. Okay. Let's do some investigating. The dishes are drying. They smell of chemicals and pine trees. What's the okay, it's tab. Tab is the button. Money! An aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air. Who is this? A chef?
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook.
Gorasi, Quebec. Gorasi?
As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Goransi and Quebec.
Gorazzi. Those are the only words we can make out? So is that his name, or are those just the only words we heard him say?
Okay, it's definitely not his name.
Okay.
Whatever you do, please don't call him Goransi Quebec. Please. It's not funny.
Hello, sir. Got time for a few questions?
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
You got some impressive pots there.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn.
That's cute.
It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine. What a weird thing to say, my man. Stay
You
masculine.
See a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
Try to push the door.
The door does not budge.
Touch the
The
door.
cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side.
I wonder where this door leads.
You do? There's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
Kim is great. Out of duty, we may find something pertinent to the investigation.
Yes, I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just to be thorough. As a side investigation.
Yes, a mini side investigation.
Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Alright, constantly asking Gart stuff. I feel like he's gonna hate us so much. I'm always coming up to him asking for favors.
Can I help you?
Well, first I would say this. Gart, I saw another thing at the Whirling.
Another thing. Great.
There's a
I
mysterious
love those.
There's a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen. It's probably not a mysterious door. It's probably like a fridge, you know, a walk-in fridge.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Do you know what's behind it? Do you have...
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old
Okay, so
junk
it's
and
not a
dust.
fridge.
Junk and dust.
He runs his finger across the counter to check for dirt.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that.
Cool.
Yes?
Alright. Goodbye. Okay, well, I mean, long shot, but this guy doesn't have anything to say about the door, does he?
The man ponders his cooking utensils.
Do you know what's
and
behind
gives
that
you
door?
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind.
Yes, I know what shrugging is, thanks. Whoa, 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 this is money. I just got some money, bro. So you can just like find money in like random tiny little places. That's interesting. Does this lady want to talk about anything?
Hello, sweetie.
The elderly woman turns to you with a smile.
Who's Sweetie?
Who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
I'm no sweetie. Look at me.
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and
Oh.
your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
Thanks, I appreciate
You
it.
must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
She slaps herself on the forehead.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Oh my god. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
She won't judge
kind
you,
of is.
no matter what you say.
I hope you're right. I hope it's not too bad.
You know where we are, right?
The Whirling Rags cafeteria? It was on my keys.
That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
In Revachol?
Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced capital of the world or something like that.
Yes, great. See? We're getting somewhere. What else do you know about our city of splendor? Tattered as she may be.
Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you?
Her grey eyes
Revachol
widen.
is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I.
Is it?
I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
It seems horrible from what we've seen. There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
I feel like I do. Don't I? Didn't I have that somewhere? Is it in my thoughts? Oh my gosh. Maybe I don't know. Sure, it's the year 73.
You're joking.
Nine.
Try again, one more time.
It's the spring
What
of
year is it?
51.
That's right, dear.
Okay.
How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Thanks.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under?
Oh
What
my
mode of government?
god! Some kind of democracy. I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not. I'm really bad with politics stuff, so a lot of this stuff is tough for me. Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steed. Civilization cowers before us. We're governed by intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the freest market. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. Radios are being used to control our people's minds and distort our perception of reality, concealing our true masters, foreigners, and women. Cop. We are living under the cop regime. I feel like it's one of the first two. It doesn't feel like a democracy, so I'm going to guess this one. I'd like to think it's a dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not.
Oh, sweetie. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way. Other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct.
Okay.
Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition.
Coalition, okay.
We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat.
But they still have cops.
If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know
Well,
that,
yeah.
being one yourself.
Yeah, I'm a cop.
There
I
aren't
should know
any
it.
cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution.
Huh?
But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
What is a revolution you mentioned?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
But I'm a cop. Whatever it was hasn't stopped me.
Of course, sweetie. I really don't know how to explain it better.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I help you?
So how did I do?
You didn't do too well, dear.
Yeah.
You really only knew what year it is. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Reality, in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
That's a very positive perspective to have, is saying, like, maybe a fresh set of eyes is what this world needs. Like, she's saying, like, hey, yeah, maybe you did forget everything, but now, you know, you're coming at this as, like, a newborn. You're coming at this in a way where you might be able to see what's good about the world or what's wrong with it and change it, because you're not so used to it at this point, which I think is a very interesting way to console me. Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
Sweetie needs money. Do sweeties get money?
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
I don't know.
If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad.
Oh, look, 97% here, and we understand Lena's idealism, so it's a really high chance.
Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
It isn't easy for me to ask this of anyone, but I am at the end of my rope. Any money you have could help me.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but I could give you this to pawn. Just to tide you over.
She unfastens a gold commemorative pin from her left jacket pocket and drops it into your palm.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, San Baptiste, Summer 31, Dinghy Races.
Where can I pawn the pin?
Cross the plaza and follow the road along the coast. Down by the water, there'll be a shack nestled against an old stone facade.
I'm not going to remember any of this.
That's the pawn shop. An old friend of my husband's goes there often. He says the owner is quite helpful.
Cool, thanks.
Items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under the Items tab. You can pawn these items when talking to Roy.
I promise I'll buy it back for you once I have more money.
Oh, it's not an ancient family heirloom or anything, but I suppose it would be nice to get it back.
I've got to get going now.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
She gives you a small wave. Okay. Nice, we have a pin, bro. And a pen. A pin and a pen. I'm just seeing if there's like, okay. So now we have 2 pens. I want to give this pen back to him because I have one now. Right. I don't think there's anything I want to say to you, Kim. Nothing. Okay. let's leave here for now and let's go do some other things that are... Let's try to get some variety going on here. I'm constantly doing stuff in the same area. Bottles inside. You could pick them up if you had a bag. Interesting. Would I need bottles? Who knows? Alright, there's a lot of stuff that I can do. Well. You get a reality lowdown from a rich person. Track down my gun. I need to go... Hang on. Acquire a copy of the city map. I've got to do that, which is interesting. Those on white are available to try now. Okay, so if I go back to the mirror, if I go back upstairs to the mirror, I can try the mirror stuff again. What's this dude doing here? I'll come back to him later. There's so much stuff in this game, you know? Like, I just feel unequipped to deal with the game. Okay, I'm so sorry you have to see this, Kim. Oh wait, this is the mirror.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Okay, even. Come on.
It belongs
Yes!
in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. Forget
Okay.
about ostentatious orchestrations. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume le Million. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
So I adopted it? Why?
Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains.
Anything else? Like, who am I? Why did I become a cop? Why did I drink myself into oblivion?
You have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia you've picked up along the way. Episodic memory, however, remains in the dark. It may never return. You should prepare yourself for that.
God damn. I feel the need to add a clicking sound when I make it. Click, click.
The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume le Million.
Okay.
Sometimes you like to add finger pistols to the mix. Because, unlike Guillaume le Million, you are a police officer. It's your nifty little way to say, I'm armed and dangerous.
How long ago was the new?
There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. 2 decades, if the calendar is to be trusted. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is irrelevant.
Does this have anything to do with ostentatious orchestrations?
Not really. OO must have just stirred your mind. They're more like a disco rock band anyway.
I guess that's it then.
It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
Attempt to stop the expression.
It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Well, I got, I guess, some quote-unquote information. Oh yeah, and I got this. Guillaume le Million. What did they say? They said if it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Gilliam Lemillion, that right? Gilliam Lemillion. That's so funny. Okay. Let's just check that there's nothing over here. Where was the room with the woman in it? Is it this room?
The door is closed. Still, no. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. He doesn't like where this is going.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, Matt. I don't want to make Kim mad at me or anything. What's here? Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. Okay. I want Kim to like me. So, who are you? Were you here before? It's all about money, you know? Okay. Alright, you're just a random loser. I don't want to wake this guy up for no reason. We're gonna get out of here. I keep dragging myself back into the same bloody locations. The Hanged Man. Sleeping dock worker. Alright. We're going this way. Street sign reads, "Fuck the police." Okay. I'm just moving past. What is... Oh, here we go. This is what I need to go to, right? Except I don't have any money, right? Like, I've got $2. A melancholy pop song plays on the radio.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says,
Oh.
1 bottle equals 10 cents.
What is this machine?
Oh, that's the tear machine.
Yes, but what is it?
It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever,
Oh,
and put it in the machine.
that's why I would want
then it gives you money.
bottles. I see. How do I pick up tear for this tear machine?
You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there somewhere.
I know there's a bottle in my room, and then there's bottles in that trash can. So I know of a couple places where there might be bottles. What's this?
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low
Ooh.
shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
Frita. Well, I can't buy it. I do need that.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
What magazine are you reading?
You mean this?
She looks at the cover of boasting a colourful photo of 2 girls kissing. Oh, I want to see it.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
I approve of this very futuristic tapping on the girls kissing. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. I approve of this. Very
She pops
futuristic.
her raspberry-flavored bubblegum and nods, her shoulders tense. She shuffles back only slightly. Bewilderment and repulsion root her in place.
Oh, she's creeped out by me. Understandable. That's a weird thing for
The
me to do.
lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic half
Oh
smile.
my god. It sucks because I want to do these dialogue options, but I'm also playing a character that's empathetic. So I say these creepy things, and then I immediately get all of the feedback in my head of everyone reacting to it. Where if I think if I wasn't doing like an empathetic type path, then my character wouldn't even notice these creeped out expressions that like this is like a medium check, right? And I've got just enough to do it. Let's proceed. I have some questions for you.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but
Do you have any ammonia for sale?
She looks up from her magazine, eyes filled with tired ennui.
yes, what we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look yourself.
Thank you. Does Fruit have a warehouse in the back of the Whirling Rags?
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
This is important.
She scrunches up her face, into an expression of consummate adolescent skepticism.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Can you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so
Did you know the man who died?
not really.
Not really. Does that mean you know him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
Huh. Was that just a slip of the tongue, or was that she actually doesn't know him and just worded it weirdly? That's not really helpful. What do you think happened?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around.
Oh, he's so
If you
good.
hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Oh, thank you for your help.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna creep her out even more by asking that. So this is a medicine cabinet, right?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Interesting. This is very interesting. Look at all this. Well, okay, it's only $1, so that's half my money, but I think I need it. I want to buy some ammonia.
Okay. Don't, overdo it or something.
Thank you. I think that's all for now. I don't want to waste too much time. Cool. Well, now let's go and inspect this body, baby. Three T's, how idiomatic. Alright, we're gonna properly inspect this body now. There's so much stuff in this game that, I feel like, and I hope this is what the game's like, I feel like you don't want to sweep everything. Because there's also, time down here, and I think that time progresses, the more shit you do. So yeah, I don't want to just go to everything and click it and then move to something else and click it and move to something else and click it and ask people every question in the dialogue tree. I actually want to only do a couple things that seem important to do, you know? Okay.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Does ammonia only give me a +1 to this check? No way. Are you kidding me? It's gonna be basically impossible. Oh my gosh. Alright.
The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination
No.
forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in.
I also rolled like shit.
The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Oh man. Did I lose the ammonia there? Please don't tell me I lost the ammonia. Spit and say
Are
nothing.
you okay, officer?
Aw.
The weight is reassuring, like a krenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
Give me head pats.
You're facing tough odds here. It's aggravated further by alcohol withdrawal.
Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole life?
I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, bag it.
You pat your back
Then
again.
drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
You seem to be fine.
I think I've lost my sense of smell.
Ah.
A white lie.
Oh. Oh, interesting.
Not being hungover helps too.
Can't we do something else? I think I want to solve something else now.
That's probably a good idea. Clear our head. But before we can do that,
He withdraws his hand from your back and looks you in the
you
eye.
need to get your shit together.
Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it for special bonuses and effects.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Okay. Fair enough. So that's the volumetric shit compressor. Okay, it's half an hour. Your shit is apart, and it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together, compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with 2 hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people. Maybe that'll help. Interesting. I'm kind of close on this one, but it's got still an hour to go. I think I'm going to start internalizing volumetric shit compressor. This is great, this game. Alright. I also want to ask this little shit about the clothes, right?
Fuck does Kuno care?
That's a low chance, but I'll give it a shot. This is the white check you may retry. Good.
He's on your
Oh!
crime scene, bossing you around.
I was pretty close there.
And he's been here for some time too. This is where he goes out.
I
You
was
have to
one
get more
off.
out of him.
Oh,
He could be
man.
useful.
I was one off. Damn it. Hey Kuno, you think you can turn the Kuno down for a moment? Let's talk like normal people.
Trying to fuck at the Kuno. Trying to fuck at me. Trying to fuck. Kuno only gets higher. It's faster, faster, faster. Can't take the Kuno. Stay out of the reactor.
Fuck you, Kuno.
Kuno gonna fuck you up.
Normal
Oh my
is not
God.
what we got here. You've got to work with what you have for now.
About the crime scene, you kids often play in this
Right,
yard?
pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it?
The dead man's clothes were in the trash container. How'd they get there?
Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
I need to know. It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder scene.
Listen, listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size.
Oh yeah,
good
they look
price.
sick, bro.
500 real.
Wait, I asked you what happened to his clothes. You must have seen them lying around.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around. Except for that up there.
Ugh.
Now you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
No, Kuno, you don't know anything about the tampering I'm investigating, and I already have
Whatever.
pants.
Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for fouling anyway, pig.
There was also a mug in the
The
trash.
fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again?
Yes, does this racist mug have anything to do with it?
Yeah. Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker? Cause he's the clothes fucker?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone tampered with the crime scene and cleaned some of it up.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting 2 and 2 together.
He's curious, is he?
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the Get away from my Kuno.
Yeah? Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit...
Alright. I'm done with Kuno. I'm done with Kuno for a bit. I can't handle him anymore. Oh my god. Okay. I mean, what are we even... There's a lot of stuff we can be doing, but What should we be doing? Okay, what's this? A mailbox or something?
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffiti. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Good mail delivery box. Thank you for animating it.
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and Saint G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
Been there. Post Le Ventiere mail collection box. Been there.
The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even.
Wow, that
So do
healed
you.
me. What the hell is wrong with me? Oh, who are you? Are you a kid or a short person?
Hello, sir. Step right in.
You're
The store
a
is
kid.
open.
A young girl with chubby cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. Hi.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
She stomps her feet to feel warmer. What kind of store is this anyway?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games.
Board games?
It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
We failed? This is a fail, huh? Don't be ridiculous. I know all these
You're
things.
fooling nobody.
Don't you sass me.
Sir, are you okay?
Is,
You've
it,
been standing here silently for a while now.
is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What's your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
Oh, God. The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide as if recalling
Feel
something.
free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
That's a terrible name.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face,
Aw.
smiling. But she's cold.
You're such a good trooper, you are, already learning the value of hard work.
Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store.
I would have loved to ask if I could help her with the cold, but I wanted to encourage her and give her a head pat. Shouldn't you be at school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't going to school more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
How's the business going?
Mum says it's peachy.
Nah,
She was a little afraid at first.
I doubt
There's
it's
talk
going
about
peachy.
this house being cursed.
I think it's probably going poorly.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
I don't want to make her sad. Good to hear that it's going well. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. What's this crime business?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Okay, I get it. Crime murder gets the people going.
And it's kind of like a puzzle.
She's
You can guess
cute.
who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman myself, by the way.
You don't look much like a policeman.
She examines you as if to find something policeman-like. Oh, well, what does a cop look like then?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
She points to a book cover on which you see a strapping Versbatine officer. He stands grimly over the body of a dead woman. That Dick Mullen is what the policemen call me as a joke, right? It's not your body that's important in police work anyway. It's your...
Head? Yes.
No, it's your soul. Your blue soul. Not head, child. Heads.
flexibility. There are millions of different people out there, and you have to get into their head. Sometimes you got to be the killer to catch the killer. Yeah, that's
Isn't that
weird.
very dangerous?
You shouldn't have to be the killer. Policemen live and breathe danger, little girl. Mullen obviously lacks that chameleonic. That's what it's supposed to be, like being like a chameleon. Chameleonic, I assume it's pronounced. Skill.
Unlike you, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you.
If chameleonic is a real word, that's a cool word, and I want to internalize that.
Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I'm going to deduce something now. Come on.
You failed to
No!
deduce anything substantial.
Are you kidding me? I was one off again. I rolled 2 2s. Ah.
She waits intently.
I'm a detective. I deduce that you are very small.
Come on, don't be silly. That's not a proper deduction.
I have to come back to that. I have to. Who are these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them.
She scratches her cold reddened cheek, then continues.
I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Reading those doesn't make the readers more famous, does it?
But it does make the famous people more famous.
That's true. You're a smart girl. Fame sounds delicious. Maybe someone will write a book about me one day.
Why would they do that, sir?
Because I'm a superstar cop in the papers and everything. That'll show them.
That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. Standing over a dead body, holding a gun.
I like Annette. Okay, bye. See you around, Annette. I like her. I want her to be impressed by me, to be proud of me. This book, you don't understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. It takes willpower to even read the author's name. Jean Cor from Iguania. A book about Buaidero culture. It promotes freedom and... God damn, this game tests my intelligence. I am pretty... My vocabulary is pretty good. I'm pretty good at English. And yet, well, I guess that wasn't English, right? So you can forgive me for not completely understanding that. But, man, like, it's one of those things. I like to think that I'm, you know, pretty intelligent, above average intelligence. And yet sometimes games like this, or shows or movies or whatever, will come out and I'm like, man, the writers are so clever. They're so smart for being able to write that. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. Okay, great. Oh, it's like 1984 basically. Oh, you're Annette's mother. Can you let the poor girl come inside, please?
Welcome to Crime, Romance and Biography.
This is kind of how I imagined her to be.
My name is Plaisance.
Oh.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
So, are you the owner of this store?
I am. The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched as if to give it more penetration. Okay.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting
It's not working.
customers.
Oh, it says that.
It doesn't work.
Your daughter's the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled
Oh
were
my
you to buy
God.
books after talking
I want
with
to
her?
punch you in the
Her
face.
opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
Dan, she's certainly very polite and helpful.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
Denial is the way she copes with criticism.
I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening.
Depends. How much do you pay the kid?
Good, sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
Such criminal behavior would not happen in more developed countries.
I don't want to offend her too much because I might need information out of her. I guess I was mistaken.
Indeed. Are we done with the jokes now?
Because she's not gonna stop doing this for Annette. I'll make enough money to adopt Annette one day.
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here.
Let's change the
The woman
subject.
before you scans the store.
Ooh.
Her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
What if I want to buy a book?
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go. Be drawn.
What type of books do you have?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods.
Yeah.
She doesn't care about
I was
the
getting
books.
that vibe from her. All right, I'll take a look
She
then.
smiles and nods.
Farewell for now,
seemingly
book peddler.
Volumetric shift compressor.
Okay, I've completed my first thought.
Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
You're telling me that was it? All endurance white checks unlocked. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4. Okay. All right, that's something. That's something. Cool. When it says forget, why would I want to forget it? Can you only have a few at a time? That would kind of be sad if that's the case. All right, we're now doing lonesome long way home or whatever. Cool. Well, let's start looking around this store.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes.
Yes!
There are numerous types of games for all ages.
I am
A
a
lot of shelf space
huge
seems
board
to be
game
taken
fan,
up
as
by
you can see.
Wirral-related merchandise.
Well, you can't really see, can you? There we go. Lots of board games down there. Lots of board games. I've got tons. Yeah. Then those aren't all of them, but most of them are in the corner of that room. Some of them are up in my cupboard. Some of them are in my little backpacks and stuff. I just love it. I love board games. I'll look through the
An
pile.
endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag.
Okay.
Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
It's kind of a game. I mean, look. You want to see what a game is? This is a game. Okay? This right here, this is a game. But it's also a book. But it's a game. Oh, well, that was a actually beautiful page to open up to, but that's not what I... There's a lot of reading, but it's all reading for a game. That's a game. So books being games? Yeah. Books can be games. So don't be so judgy, man, we don't know the name of. Anything that really catches my
There's
eye?
a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real.
Honestly, that sounds great. I think that's written to kind of sound like jargony and dumb, but it sounds great to me.
That price is steep.
25!
It's a third edition mega setting supplement, so it makes
It's fucking Gloomhaven? Oh my god, I'm leaving. Alright. Okay, autosave, thank you. Gift books and molten candy.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular rows and rows of Heimdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders.
Oh, I don't need to read all this. Good God.
Man
Jesus.
And the Sage.
Is that all?
Not even close. Man from Heimdall in Hell. Man from Heimdall.
Do any of the books call out to me?
A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching.
Ah, what is it?
Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular Man from Heimdall in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man.
Did someone say woman?
She's laughing at him, belittling him.
Oh, I can see why this got my attention.
Between the throne and the Heimdall man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Heimdall and the Devil Woman.
I know, woman, devil woman. Interesting.
The display rack before you is burdened.
It's
under
$9.
Man from Heimdall novels.
I want it, but I have to come back for it when I'm rich. I have $1. I shouldn't be browsing this store. I have $1 Anything cool upstairs? I don't want to check all this stuff. It's a bookstore. I don't need to check all of this. I'm wasting my time. Anything here?
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtain.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Examine the trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
Okay. And who are these Seminese?
Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Gosh, I'm going to leave it for now. These are all things I can follow up on if they become relevant. I don't want to just be doing random stuff. I'm a detective. I got jobs to do. I can inspect the body again, can't I? But it's like, it's not going to be easier. I'm just going to have another very small chance of doing it. And then I'm going to throw up again. Okay, here I go. It's not going to go well.
There he still is.
Oh!
Right
Shit compressed! I got an even chance!
The body below is entirely dedicated
Okay.
to that corpse smell.
Here we go.
Emitting it is as you breathe.
Yes!
The odor comes
We did
over
it!
You. It's a smell of the mind.
Only just.
To run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers the delicate and fragile. They feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor. Possibly part of a larger set.
Oh, I got water in my eye. These aren't just boots, are they? They're armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
What kind of armor is this exactly? That's armor spelt in the British way. I'm Australian, so like that's the spelling that we use. But I play a lot of D&D and stuff, which is the American spelling of armor. So I'm not used to seeing it written like that. Is this game... Why does it have British English? Is it from somewhere that uses British English? Or did I set British English somewhere?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Did it say the word color before at all? I know it said like he was green, but like does it specifically? It has odor here, and that has a U in it. Yeah, it's British English. Interesting.
Under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
The material looks out of place here.
It is. It's expensive.
Draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index
We've
finger.
requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
4 years! Oh! God damn.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
Wait, my yearly pay is 5,500 real?
Not too much, yes.
Sounds puny. No wonder I can't pay my hostel bill.
It's a sorry situation, I agree.
What happened to the rest of it?
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
Maybe he was just wearing these boots and there's no rest of the armor.
No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirts we found to get to it. And this kind of armor is often worn under fabrics.
Nice. That makes sense.
Hang on, I'm trying to follow it. Had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and feet. Oh, okay. So, because we found the jeans and t-shirt, they removed it to get to the armor specifically. What if they told him to strip before they hung him to demean him?
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Fucking talking about underpants.
Shut the fuck up, Kuno.
Clearly, Kuno would like to interject something here, but there's not enough to hold on to.
How could this man afford such expensive hardware?
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay.
Initial report?
Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
He's not actually sure of that. He's just being tactful.
He's look pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Pull the boot
This
off.
feels dangerous. Are you sure?
Come on, game. I don't know. I want to try it.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking
Oh
sound
no, don't tell me I'm
comes
not going to
from
like
above.
pull the body down.
Stop!
He looks at you with the boot under your arm.
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
You seem distressed. Why?
You're about to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Do what?
Pull his head off. There's no point performing an autopsy if you do. We'll have compromised the coroner's case.
Indeed. From this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going
Right.
to take much more. Being
Okay,
dead
I
for a
understand
week
now.
has all but liquefied his muscles.
I understand.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
Are we not detectives? There may be clues inside the boot.
Maybe we should concentrate on what's outside the boot and leave what's inside to the boys at processing? Just this once. Besides, there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boot. They
Oh.
are fused to his feet now.
Oh, that's
Why do you
disgusting.
think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
That makes sense. That's disgusting.
You're sure there's a way to peel them off. But first, the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Sounds like a plan.
The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky.
Okay, got it.
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
Back off and look at the
The
corpse.
cadaver slowly twists
Okay, we
on
wanna
the
look
cargo
at-
belt. His torso covered in tattoos and extremities blotched pink and blue.
It's time to look at this, right? Okay, hold on. Show me this.
Lonesome, long way home.
Okay.
Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox.
Okay, it's
11
gonna be larger than a
Voyager
max
Road.
matchbox.
You no longer
it's
live
gonna
there.
it's gonna be.
Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Learning cap for perception raised to 5. Speed gives you 1 psi. Cool. Alright, let's start oh gosh. Is this useful at all? Or is the self-critique useful at all? I mean, I'll get less authority for 6 hours. 6 hours of less authority. But then I'll... God, I don't know. I'm gonna do this one instead. Let's try this one. Okay. Alright,
The man before you is naked,
Inspect
but
the
the
belt.
hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
don't ask me how I know, but this is lashing belt used for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently, this is the reinforced kind for air transport. My brain tells me so.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers
Nice, I
around.
leveled up.
I get the sense they use whatever was on hand without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
They sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
How'd they even get him up here?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
Did they climb up using the kid's ladder?
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
We're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it?
The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
My past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life, certainly not a briefing.
Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
Okay, he
The
took that
cadaver
well.
hangs from the cargo
Respect
belt.
the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars.
What will mine be marked by?
Alcohol and heartbreak.
Is it a map of the night sky?
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
Missing something here.
So am I.
A sudden ringing fills the air as Lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Let the lieutenant work, let him cook.
Kuno, what the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
He produces two metal-capped ampules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there.
This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move.
Ampoules.
I don't want to waste one.
He points at the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting. Then...
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the
Cool.
breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
Cool. Cool machine.
Yes. It is pretty cool, isn't it?
That's cute. What do we need this photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
No promises.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper.
Look him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Tell me, who are you, dead man? Come on. Yes!
Gone.
I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
You are now, but who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
This is interesting. I have another question for you.
Go ahead.
Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where is that?
In the past. Way out in the west.
I can't get the damn compartment in my ledger open.
The blue heart. Oh, that's good shit. You'll love it. Just press down and fuck it open like you always do.
Okay, bro.
Fuck it hard. Go-po-po the clown.
He means force.
Ah,
It'll work.
got it. What's happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your imagination.
So it's basically our detective work.
Yeah, man! Don't be crazy! Inanimate objects and dead people can't really talk to you. Your wild imagination is doing this. Ask some more of those questions you love so much.
He loves those
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go.
Yeah, give me questions.
Go, you loony.
Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Rooney is obviously not who I am.
Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
Could I really be Harry?
You can be anything you want.
I want to know my name!
Coppo.
Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
Enough.
Come back later, Coppo.
Squint.
Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Okay, but he didn't... I was listening to that, and then I looked up, and none of that is in here. What the heck? That's creepy. Squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration?
Interesting.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
His face and hands are pink, thighs too.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
Relax your eyes.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
I think he was up right after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored.
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports her hanging.
That seems like a lynching to me.
Everything here seems to corroborate that assumption. But we should still get him down before assigning a probable cause of death.
He's beaten up. See the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
You fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Something's coming out of him.
The pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
I imagine that's kind of common.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Jesus, I can just... You say a slur? We got lucky.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
Yeah.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils.
So how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once.
Okay,
The
have
cadaver
another look.
slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered in tattoos.
I have something I need to know,
Of
corpse
course.
man. No, okay, there's
Come
nothing.
back later, Coppo.
Preliminary examination stuff.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
Can't someone else do it?
Someone else? You mean like the police?
What was that about processing, then? Weren't they supposed to take care of the boots? Why don't they help?
Can't the boys from processing take care of this?
No.
Okay then.
I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Maybe we can ask for help from the harbor?
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appear to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
Let's reconsider.
But what other options?
We could
The corpse twists
saw the
on-
branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
It seems dangerous.
There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
I think we got to do the
Okay.
harbor.
They do have the tools and the men. And since it looks like they put him there,
They can get him down too.
okay, let's do it in the lousy, dangerous way.
How do we get inside the harbor?
From the gates, by negotiating or fighting. I'm unenthusiastic about fighting.
Fighting?
Or we can try to find some secret third path. It's unlikely though.
To the gates. Let's negotiate.
But wouldn't it be dangerous?
To ask the suspect for help with the victim's body. To be indebted to Everard Clare? Very much.
Everard
yes.
Clare.
Which is why I would have preferred us to handle this ourselves. Clearly we can't.
Suck my dick.
Who's Everard
The
Clare?
leader of the Union. A dangerous and corrupt man, from what I hear. You don't want to owe him much.
Great.
Yeah? Don't go being someone else's bitches. You're Kuno.
Let's get to it then. I'm ignoring Kuno. Alright, hang on. I gotta see the Annette thing. That's composure. Can I level up my composure? Is composure in here? Yes, it is. I want to level it up because I want to impress Annette. So stupid. Okay, cool. I'm going to Annette. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, faster, bros. Oh my gosh. Annette. I might have been able to do some deducing.
Hello again, sir.
Very high. Okay, so it's basically like as long as I don't get a 1-1. Here we go. Anxious body language. Should be a book of you. Saw she's cold. Afraid of the curse.
The girl keeps her hands
I didn't even roll that well,
hidden.
but...
Why is that?
Hey, why do you keep your hands folded?
What do you mean, sir?
She knows where this is going.
You don't need to be worried. I'm here to help.
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest, a facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation than his poise reveals.
I don't want to be mean, but... You heard me. Hands up.
She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
You bite your nails. I bite my nails
And
so
you
much.
knew this from me keeping my hands folded.
There were a few other hints.
Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
She's not impressed.
She actually is impressed. This is more like a defensive reflex.
You want more? I bet I can figure out why you bite your nails. I got a few reasons in mind.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
Okay, it's this one. You're uptight because of your mother and the pressure she puts on you.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't.
I hope this entertained you. Or do I like play into the little playfulness that we got going on? Either way, another ace deduction from the #1 detective in
It was
town.
okay, sir.
Oh,
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
you think so? Fine. Do better. To do something about me.
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
How do you know I'm usually not?
Because you usually aren't.
I'm also sad and my head hurts.
I'm sorry, sir. I hope things get better soon.
Aww.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She
Oh, I got a
smiles
new
at
thing.
you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar, somehow.
What are you missing here? Why does this feel familiar? Come on.
Because
Yes!
you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Hang on. So you know me? We've met before.
Yes, I stand in this spot all the time. You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir, apologising to everyone. I don't really understand what you've done wrong.
Did I ever talk to you?
Of course, you've stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you.
Thanks, I'm trying.
Yeah, I can see. You don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes. Yes, of course. That makes sense.
I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with party eyes on, he thinks. Not at all.
Party eyes?
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a man.
Like I'm drugged up.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict.
Yeah.
That is what she you were probably gurning to. Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes.
No!
right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy.
Does that mean I've been partaking in narcotics?
Oh, baby. That's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing.
So why didn't you tell me you knew me to begin with?
I didn't know I had to do that.
That's true. Thanks, I think I've learned something about myself today.
I'm glad I could help you, sir.
Okay, well, I got some stuff out of that. I got some XP out of that. I'm already at 85 out of 100 XP on this next level. Ask him to tell you about the case. Oh yeah, so I need to get him to give me another rundown.
Yes?
Tell me about the case again.
What do you want to know?
Now that we've inspected the scene, I want to know more about this pissing competition you mentioned.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
So this is a struggle over who runs Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite a brouhaha at the 57th.
I've never seen brouhaha written out.
Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
So you volunteered to spoil it.
Yes. I'm an unrepentant.
I love Kim. He's a great character. And I love his voice actor. Like, there's something about his like accent and the way he speaks that is so charming. What's special about Martinez?
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
Wonder what this says about me, that I was sent by my station. No, I know we don't have a kill count. There can only be one conclusion. I'm the finest case-solving machine sent to outperform you in every way imaginable.
A good joke.
He does not actually think it was a good joke.
A joke, of course. Rest assured, I have no intention to compete with you.
It's good we set this thing aside. Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition?
Okay, aside from the
If
competition...
not, we should move.
Enough of the competition, then. Tell me something else.
It's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
He's actually glad it's addressed now.
Oh, good. That's good. Ooh, sorry cop. Because I'm a sorry cop, and because of the Sylvie suicide jokes. What does that mean? Sylvie suicide jokes? What happened? I know who Sylvie is. Did I joke about All right, let's try this.
Look,
Yes! But
it's because you're a
excellent
failure.
success.
They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57.
Right. Yeah, that makes more sense than the other stuff I thought of.
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late and argues with his necktie. You weren't sent here to win.
Kim, what if my precinct sent me on this case because I'm a fuck up, like as a joke?
I've considered it.
So it's true.
It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional. But I also think it's somewhat unlikely.
Why is that?
I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
Do you really see me as a safe bet?
Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has...
Well,
brought
I've
you
also
here.
solved a lot of
We've
cases,
only just
apparently.
started working together, so I don't know what it is
Or
yet.
closed a lot of
But it's
cases,
there.
whatever that entails.
So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
I want to talk about you.
Me?
Yes, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
We'll work better together if we have more rapport.
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the
You're wearing
investigation,
glasses.
What do you want to know?
Do you ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have like conversations with like your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic, but this isn't an old school case.
So you're saying your brain never just chimes in with advice or warnings or anything?
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. That's where his conversations with himself take place. We all have our different mediums. His is written.
You don't look like other people around here.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter.
Seolite.
My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
What's Seoul?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be
Yeah, it is kind of boring.
Seol is a protectionist, isolationist.
My encyclopedia is getting
state
better.
West of the
Well, rather, like, I'm getting a
Insulindia
lot of them.
Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You're only making it sound uninteresting. I still want to know more about Seoul.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière.
Tell me a secret about yourself.
No.
I knew that would happen. Okay.
The lieutenant nods.
You're wearing glasses.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
I'm not enough of a jock to be able to make fun of him for his glasses. Glasses are cool, I guess.
Are they? They're mostly just cumbersome.
You could use a good, normal pair yourself.
Good. Let's change the subject.
That is so funny that you have to actually have like, it said physical instrument, so you have to be like strong and athletic to be able to make fun of someone for their glasses. That's so funny and so stupid. I love it. Okay. Let's get up our... I want to get up our rhetoric, to be honest. Yeah, baby. Because I want to be better at talking to people. If I could be like a really empathetic, like nice dude that people like and turn my life around, that would be nice. That would be very, very nice. Oh man, there's so much stuff that we could possibly be doing. So I need money. Tracking down my gun. I need to pawn off that pin as well. So I mean, I eventually got to go to the pawn shop. P-A-W-N. You sickos. Look at all these people here.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
The man yells towards the harbour gates. His voice is the loudest of the lot, and oddly screechy for a man of his size. I like how my voice went screechy when I said that. Oddly screechy! Hold on, I'm just checking something real quick before I continue this line of dialogue. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, cool. What's going on here?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everyone else.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Okay, then I'm thinking no.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to work! Right to work!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side.
What kind of cause are we talking about?
Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their families.
So far, I'm liking what you're saying.
His manner of speaking is wooden. The tone of voice bland and uninspired. Almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
Regardless, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
The loitering man hollers in return. What exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
Are you unable to breach the entrance?
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Why don't you just talk to them?
Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home. At least for now. If you can't get in anyway.
No. They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
I want to get into the harbor too.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss.
I'm interviewing people about a murder that took place here behind the hostel cafeteria there.
I know nothing about a murder.
His reply is snappy and terse.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interesting.
Why so tense?
What are you talking about? I'm not tense.
Yes, he's tense.
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
This really isn't my area of expertise.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity.
Let us work!
Who are all these strikebreakers?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud?
Maybe.
They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Okay, I gotta ask. Where exactly are you from?
What's it to you?
Routine, part of the investigation.
Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only fight for the rights of people.
Every once in a while, it's like you can see glimpses of another guy under the guise of this fighter for jobs. He seems a more brutal, cunning, and suspicious person. Just a hunch. Or you just might be paranoid.
Already got that. I'm interested in your background.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
Sweet, I know bars. Been thrown out from several. Maybe that's why you seem familiar.
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Not right now, but I might have been there. I don't really remember things well.
Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
Huh. Okay, I'm gonna leave now. Interesting-ish. There's this dude up here.
Scab?
Some man with jolly
You're
eyes.
hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money.
I don't know what he's saying, but I like it.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
I've come to Martinez investigating a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
Maybe you want to help me solve it by telling me who did it.
Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out. Easier that way.
He's nice. I don't like
I like him.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
I'm looking for assistance with a dead body situation.
Body still hanging in the tree? Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry. I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can render assistance.
Does this mean you can let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
That's simple, I just walk in.
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Past Measurehead?
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini Supremacist there. Walk right past him, then press the button to unlock the door.
I don't, is it gonna work
go
that?
Past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
Yeah. For some reason it doesn't look like seem like it's gonna be that easy.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation.
Oh my
Or
god.
you could convert to a Semini Supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Got it. Another thing.
Sure.
I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me some of
Sure
it?
thing, my friend. I can help you out.
Oh, come on, come on.
The coin narrowly slips
No!
by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do.
Oh, do I
Passing
still get
around
the money?
cargo. Was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
The boyadero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
That wasn't the right line. Appreciated.
Right, always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean, not slithering scabs.
What is the strike about anyway?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Nice talk, gotta get moving. He seems cool. He seems very cool. And I got $1 off of him, which is good. That made up for the $1 I spent on the medicine or whatever, the ammonia. Okay. I think I might be wrapping up this stream here. I've been having a great time, but I know, like, the longer I go with this stuff, the more I start to glaze over, and I don't want to get to that point with this game because I'll miss stuff. And so I can feel myself hitting my energy limits, especially since I played basketball today. I did a lot of video stuff today, and I also have to record some One Piece. Not have to. Well, I do have to, but I also want to. I'm recording some One Piece after this. So, yeah, I gotta get to doing that. So, yeah, that will wrap up this wonderful video or stream. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.